Okay, we're going to try this again. Because I keep talking with my hands. I keep turning off my videos. I'm going to try to talk with my hands outside the camera. Obviously, my gimbal's back. You can see it's following me again. Um, but the administrator finally, it took him almost a month or a month to get this new gimbal. It takes me 2 days. I don't understand what took him so long. He ordered it like 2 weeks ago. I told him about it 3 weeks, if not 4 weeks ago, that the CNAs had broken. Well, I didn't tell him directly. I told the director of nursing. She told him. She tells me a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks, something like that. That well, he's ordered it already. It's supposed to be in. Well, evidently it took what close to 2 weeks at least for him to get that, to get the gimbal. It takes me 2 days. I get it on Amazon. 2 days tops. Um, well, he made a point of giving it to me himself instead of going through the normal channels where it goes to the girl at the front desk, and then it's shipped, and then you give it to me, etc. I go with the stupid yawning again. So he gave it to me himself. When I heard that, I was like, all right, here we go. So I go up there to get the gimbal from. He goes to give me the box. And he goes, "This is the one and only time that we're ever going to replace anything for you." I'm like, "Well, I looked it up after you said something, and it's your responsibility to replace anything that the CNA's break." He said, "No, that's not the way it's going to go." He said, "You're gonna put stuff away, otherwise we're not paying for nothing." That means I have to send everything home because there's no way for me to keep it safe here. This is not a safe environment for me. What is the deal here? I have headphones and microphones and laptops and headsets, Quest 3 headsets. Yes, Quest 3 headsets broken, by the way. CNAs. I've tried to put stuff aside so that they can't break it. They break it anyway. Like what that girl did, slinging this tables to the side. I've had phones fly off of there. I've had remotes fly off. I had a remote fly off in the floor, ran it over. I have no idea who the hell did it. I wasn't here today. I was at the medical hall. I ran it over with my chair. It was over there by the table, but so who dropped it on the floor? And this is the second remote I had. The last remote I had, I found the batteries and not the remote. Maybe they wrapped it up in the linen that they changed on your bed. I'm like, well, there's an easy fix. There's an easy fix to that. Stop dropping shit on the floor. They drop stuff on the floor constantly. Now, some of them, it's an accident. You can tell it's an accident. They're doing something. They're not paying attention. They flip something, whatever. Some of them, they don't give a shit. They just fling the tables aside. They push your stuff aside because they need to use that area. This is not your area. This is my area, not yours. And that this administrator, if your people come into my area and break my stuff, you're going to pay for it. Period. End of story. That's the way it should be. That's the way it is everywhere else. And that's the way it should be here. I'm called a resident for a reason. The reason I'm called a resident is because I live here. This room is where I live. So when somebody that works for you comes in here, it's no different than them coming into my house. Well, it is different. Believe me, I wish I was still in my house. But basically, this is like a hotel room. This is like the maintenance or the housekeeping or whatever coming into my hotel room that I paid money for. I'm paying good money for this place. I mean, well, Medicaid is. I did have in the past. Let's put it that way. I used to make $92,000 a year. So yes, I have in the past. Believe me, paid my share of what was going into this place. Beyond it, really. So when I'm in there, this is my house. This is where I live. So when your employees come in here and they break my stuff, you're going to pay for it. End of story. I don't want to hear, this. I'm not going to argue about this. Well, I'm not going to argue either. You're paying for it, period. End of story. You're responsible. You're paying for it. The company, rather. The company's responsible. Their company employees, the company's going to pay for it. And I'm not going to listen to this crap from the administrator saying, I'm paying for it because I didn't put it up right. Are you kidding me? Where are you supposed to put it? Because the CNAs go everywhere in here as if they own the place. And they need to start thinking about that in a different way. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is for the ombudsman, I guess, the state person. Well, actually, this has to go to the health department, not the ombudsman. So that's what this is for. Just to tell them basically what the administrator said. He's putting the onus on me to pay for anything that gets broken here. It's not their responsibility at all. And evidently, if I don't take beyond normal precautions, because when I'm normally at my house, I make sure that people can't walk in and break stuff. All right, that's what everybody does. Everybody does that. That's what I do here. I make sure that I put stuff where if they're acting like a normal human being, nothing's going to get broken. If they don't act like a normal human being, that's when things get broken. And that's his responsibility. But according to him, it's not. Well, either that or I'm not, taking normal care of stuff. So he's either calling me a liar or he's unaware of what normal people do to take care of stuff, or he's just trying to get out of paying for stuff, which is what my vote is. He doesn't want to have to pay for it. He doesn't want to have to call corporate and say, oh, my CNA broke something else. Well, then tell your CNAs to stop breaking shit. That's the answer. Tell them to take care of it as if it was their own property. Well, that probably wouldn't work either. Tell them to take care of it as if it's his property, maybe, their boss. They have to make sure that they don't care. They break stuff and then walk out and pretend they didn't do anything. They hope you don't realize it and all of that. I mean, look at the previous videos and you'll see this is just for the ombudsman. This is about the administrator not taking responsibility for what he should be responsible for. And if he's not, then send me home because I'm not staying here. You think I'm going to stay here where somebody can just walk in and break anything they want to and I have to pay for it? Are you crazy? Are you out of your friggin' mind? Anyway, that's that. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks a lot.